Alright, everybody, welcome back to We Play Games. I'm Walker, and here we are with what I think is probably going to be the last episode in this podcast for a little bit, because I'm going to find myself forced as an answer in response to this question, role-playing in the 4X genre. I made the grave error of starting to do my homework in terms of preparing this podcast, and now I really can't help myself. I do have to play some of these games, so we'll be returning to some form of content, probably streaming. I enjoy streaming, that's fun. But this is going to be sort of like a follow-up to the asymmetry and narrative video. I'm sure, of course, by talking about this, I don't even have to ask you, like, why do I enjoy role-playing, but it's because it is sort of like a final piece of the puzzle whenever it comes to solving the issue of asymmetry and ludonarrative, and it's because role-playing is one of those things that is inherently very pro-casual. If you design something with, like, a really, really clear visual aspect that you can then align with your mechanical aspect, you can allow people to roleplay. And I booted up Endless Space too, because I am a goddamn fool, and then I remembered, oh yeah, Cobbs has like recently updated the AI, so I should probably play a little bit. And then I made the grave error of loading in with Umbral Choir, and I just like I have to play with Umbral Choir now, so we'll turn that into something. But basically what it boils down to is that like I'm constantly role-playing, because the real secret is that accidentally I did arrive at effectively the exact same behaviors as Diogenes. Like, you would be astonished how few people I talk to on like a monthly basis. It is not even like a question of like, do you just talk to the same people? Like, nah, he mostly really does actually talk to himself. Interesting. But I'll tell you that the way that you make this work is through role playing, right? Like, I just don't. Eileen and I live in a place where those are the behaviors that we have to observe right now. And like that's also a product of content creation, is that like it is isolating. But role playing is something that I've been doing like my entire goddamn life, and so it doesn't bother me that much. And I'll even share this with you that like I've written a little like synopsis of a couple of different characters that I use to categorize myself. But role-playing is sort of like the missing piece of the puzzle whenever it comes to interpreting asymmetry and ludonarrative, because role-playing is something where you can very, very easily communicate with the player through like visual tools and audio tools, like what you, the designer, think that this faction or this tool is supposed to be doing, and then you just align it with the mechanics that you have like put into the game through your numbers. And you just do those things together, and you'll help people have like a hilariously good time. And even when it comes to like more complicated things, and like the reason we have to do this is because I have to play Umbral Choir now, but like even with really complex tools, you can design things as a creator that really, really do help multiple people role play the same faction in different directions, but still have like sort of directional power because of the power of asymmetry and ludonarrative. And so like these things are incredibly critical whenever it comes to good 4X game design. Even speaking as someone who I've like the real secret, I don't know if anyone has any idea like how powerful I am, because I mostly am not the most powerful person in the multiplayer group. I'm just the person who can literally identify power levels. Like, I know how these games work and can read how people converse about them and know, oh yeah, this person knows what they're talking about, and oh, that person has no idea what they're talking about. Because I've died to the final boss more times than I think any of you have been alive. I am Vegeta in Dragon Ball Z, I think, pretty clearly. I like being an Act 1 villain for, like, teaching people how to play multiplayer, but because I really just don't pay any attention whenever I play on stream, I'm intentionally not paying attention whenever I play on stream, because that's the function of streaming, but also that I just mostly like to vibe whenever it comes to playing games. Like, I'm probably somewhere like 90th or something like that in terms of like percentile strength versus people like Morgie, who, even if you describe it as like this is a 99th or 100th percentile strength, that doesn't describe the way that strength works here, because it is logarithmic. Like, I am much stronger than I think a lot of you seem to understand, but I am much weaker than I think some of you think that I think I am myself. But that's sort of a thing that you have to discover through doing a Socratic exploration alongside like good fighting in multiplayer. But I don't even care that much. Like, if you give me the opportunity to be a floating ghost that invades people's minds, I'm gonna do it. So I'll see you guys soon with like regular content, but I feel like it is my responsibility, so that way I can like play and produce remotely useful outcomes to practice a little bit first. So I'll maybe see you guys in like a week or two.